like 10 years, okay? And it said the current one, part of it costs $24 billion to put up. Let me show you this on Google Earth. I like showing it on this because I can show you a couple things. Here's the crazy thing about it, all right? If you look at this, you'll notice that it is built on top of a working train yard. It's an active train yard. That's the Long Island Railroad. So those trains will pull under the buildings and eventually come out and go out into Long Island, right? They put a platform on top of that half of the railroad and then built all the buildings. It was all the space that was being used for the rail yard. And they're like, how can we utilize this space for something? They paid for the air rights, right, from the Port Authority, and then they built all of these buildings on there, right? Most of them are office buildings. They got Vessel there too, a big art project. They got the Performing Arts Center over there called the Shed. And there's some shops over there, right? And they will eventually cover this one too, and they'll probably spend another $30 billion to build that. Now, it's its own neighborhood, right? The second half is going to have a bunch of more residential and a school. But so important that 6 years ago, excuse me, they opened the first new subway station in 2 decades there. So the 7 train used to stop at Times Square, 42nd Street. Now the 7th train goes past Times Square and ends at 34th Street, Hudson Yards, right? Because of all the stuff going on, right? Now let me show you one other thing about this one. And it's going to be about the biggest building, the tallest building. Right, come on, where are you? Oh yeah, I was looking at it from the wrong angle. This one right here, right? All right, this is 30 Hudson Yards. It's this 6th tallest building in New York City. You can see it over there. It's got the thing sticking out of it, right? That is Edge. Edge is another observatory. They have the glass floor. You can look down from like 1,100 feet. It's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. A year ago, I was working there. Actually, I still sort of work there. When the pandemic happened, I wasn't working here anymore, so I went over to Edge. I was there for about a year, so I was working at Edge, right? By the way, this building has gained a nickname. It is also known as the New York City Sky Chicken. Because it looks like it's got a beak, looks like that's right. Yeah. It has an Instagram account, NYC Sky Chicken. It's got some beautiful pictures of it, but it kind of looks like that, right? Now, here's the other thing about this building, though, that is the only reason I'm talking about it at length here. If you wanted to, you can go walk on top of that building. You pay $180 and you can do something called City Climb, and that allows you to walk on top, and that I know a lot about because that's what I have been doing for the last 6 months. I am also a City Climb guy. So I go up there on top of that building and we put people in harnesses, and there I am on a cloudy day. Right, looking down, 1,200 feet above there. Right? And here's my buddy Oscar. I took a picture of him. This is what you do when you go up there. You lean off, you lean forward. We take your pictures for you. Right now, just so you know, when I put in for this job, I told them as interviewing, I was like, listen, I just let you know, and it was at the end of the interview too. I don't know why I did this. I was like, okay, listen, I do want to say one more thing. I don't like heights. I don't love heights. I mean, I'm not terrified of them, and I'm not a thrill seeker. So, and they're like, that's good. You want to hear that. That's good, because they don't want anybody doing anything stupid up there. And just know, all this equipment, like one set of this equipment, is probably so expensive it could pay my salary for 2 months, right? So it's so freaking safe that I even took my wife up there. There's me. That's friends and family. That's my wife. And just so you know, I really, 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 really like my wife. I would not put her on there if I thought anything was wrong. That's our friend Sam. He was doing the lean outs. She did a little bit, but she was like, I'm happy I got up to the top and I'm still here. It's good. So yeah, City Climb, come on over there. I'm usually there once a week now. I'm only up there.